Hi, I'm Marissa,
I'm Sarah.
and welcome to I just think it's funny. What's funny? I just think it's funny that that is kind of funny.
Welcome to the pod,
Welcome back. We're happy you're here.
where things are just funny because we think they're funny.
Queer.
And queer. Ding. Oh, especially queer. Ding.
This is exciting to be chatting with y'all because the pod has officially gone wild.
Pod gone
Girls
wild.
Ah.
Spring break.
The pod has gone live is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, really exciting. We've had a few of our episodes up for a couple weeks now, and all the episodes we've recorded before now have all been prior to anything being posted, so it felt like the stakes were maybe a little lower.
Do you feel like the stakes are higher now? Are you nervous?
I don't actually feel nervous, and I think that it's because there's the separation of like, oh, it's just the two of us in a room, we're talking to this camera.
Yeah.
Like, that feels fine. And also, mostly it's just been our friends listening.
That's not true.
Friends and partners.
My mom listened.
Families, friends and partners.
It's true. And honestly, who else are we doing it for?
Well, exactly. If not to just be a
Success.
newsletter for our friends.
Yeah, to be like, hey, this is what's happening.
Yeah, here's the haps.
Spoiler alert, it's old stories.
Stories you've heard before.
Yeah.
Things you've heard me talking about for weeks.
Yes. I just realized that I don't have my phone for the list of stories, so I will have to go get it at some point. I know.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. We'll figure that out. However, with that being said, with the pod being live and all on everywhere you can get your pods, we're talking Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music,
I think most of
other
them
places
connect and talk to each other.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
wherever
not a
else.
Scientologist.
Thank God for that. Thank Tom for that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm also not an audiologist, which is also not a pod expert. Podiologist. No, because that's a thing too. Podiatry is feet.
Yeah. Podiology has got to be something.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I just found out an important thing about feet that I think you should know.
Okay.
So my partners, my sister-in-law was in town, and we were, living our lives, doing nothing, hanging out in our home, and my partner was rubbing my feet, and
nice.
sister-in-law goes, "Oh my God, gross, stop!" And we were like, "Oh, you don't like feet?" No, apparently this is like a Gen Z thing, is that they're not necessarily into feet, but there's an assumption that if you're like getting your feet done up, getting a little pedicure, if you're like opening your toes, that you are assuming that people want to see your feet.
What?
I know. And I was like,
we're slut shaming feet?
I know. What about Summer?
Yeah.
So to cover these little piggies.
I mean, was she in sandals?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I know. Apparently.
Gen Z, what are we doing?
I know. And this is one.
I've been on board with everything else
up until now. Yeah, anecdotal.
Aside from, like, the alt-right stuff.
Yeah. This is anecdotal. It's one person, but she was confidently like, "Oh my God, you guys are being so weird." And then obviously we like played into it because it was hilarious. But we were like, "What do you mean?"
Is this Gen Z aged sister-in-law?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would say cuspy, like she's older. But yes, she was like, "Get online," and I was like. First of all, we are online. We're just not in your Gen Z
hurtful.
I know. I was like, excuse me, I also have an internet addiction. Yeah. You're not the only one.
Yeah. It's just also that everybody's algorithm is so personalized because there's so much stuff on the internet right now, and algorithms have gotten so much better that like the
right. So there's you can be online. And you can never hear about these foot things.
Exactly.
Which again, I was like, what?
And because of course you're not in Gen Z spaces because you shouldn't be.
No, because it's weird.
Unless they're inviting you, and then you can.
Sure. Yeah. And again, I'm not actively avoiding them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I also am not a big fan of shaming anyone on the things they like.
Well, exactly.
And like,
we know foot. That's fine.
Yes, like foot fetishes are a thing. They're also just like one of the most widely accepted fetishes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quentin
Tarantino really, which is
what
like
I've heard.
Good for you. Do you? But yeah, to be like, oh, if you're getting a pedicure, you're like wanting
This
someone
is
to
really
look at your
good
feet.
to know because I'm getting a pedicure with my girlfriend tomorrow.
I knew you were a little tootsie slut. I knew it.
I'm just a little footy whore.
Playing footsies under the table like a little slew.
Yeah, we're gonna be just like splashing in each other's little
my
pedicure
God.
bins. Like.
Yeah. But I also did. This is not related.
So hard at the touch my feet.
Unrelated. A different Gen Z on the younger spectrum of Gen Z did tell me I had nice feet, and at the time I was like, made a joke like, "Oh, thanks, you gotta pay for those or whatever." Totally joking, and now I'm like, "Oh my God."
Wait, yeah, is this like a larger piece of Gen Z culture?
I don't know. Somebody
like,
has to look it up.
Okay, well, so this is what we were leading into by saying that pod is available on all of the platforms, is that you can leave us comments and questions and stuff, and maybe it would be nice for us to read those. And also maybe you can tell us if
so we're not allowed to get
what
pedicures.
Gen Z culture has going on with feet. Like what the scoop is.
What's the scoop
with feet?
What are kids doing with feet these days? Well, and also Gen Z is no longer kids. Like they are.
Oh yeah.
So that's also
right.
They're well into their like 20s.
Most of them can vote.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's also that layer there.
Yeah.
Of like, well, that's already probably old.
Yeah.
Too old. It's already behind.
Yeah. Them. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Gen Alpha, who knows what they're up to? I don't know. It's wild.
Can't keep up.
It's wild out there.
What are they going to be into? Elbows?
What? Who doesn't love a good weenus?
I have been moisturizing.
Just earlier in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I saw it. Mm-hmm. For the OnlyFans later.
For the elbow fans later.
Okay, well, now is maybe a good juncture. And we're back.
Okay, and then another thing that came up, since people can actually listen to the pod now, is that we are pretty loosey-goosey with facts and figures.
Yeah. So I think that it's also maybe a good disclaimer for all prior episodes and any episodes going forward. We have not fact-checked most anything that we're about to say or have said.
No, but we do say it with certainty.
And yeah, we do say it with a lot of conviction, and so do feel free to call us out if we're wrong. Or
agree also equally as intensely. With all intents and purposes.
One thing I did learn from podcast corrections. My girlfriend has been listening to our podcast. Number one fan. Hi. Oh my God.
Yeah, sup, what's up?
Hey, baby.
Oh my God, leave it to your pedicure.
So not every country does actually observe time change. This is a throwback to episode 1.
We're talking about daylight savings. We were complaining about daylight savings.
We were complaining about it, and I said, yeah, like every country observes daylight savings, probably. That's some bullshit. No, most of them. Not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like probably a lot, but most of the ones around the equator and stuff, any that like have a pretty long day on their own, that doesn't change much. They're not doing time change.
Like how this fact check is also still kind of guesstimating.
Yeah, well, because I did a light Google.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
said, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So then, yeah, I just kind of was like, that's enough of the information that I need to know. I wasn't right, and I know enough to know what I didn't know.
Great.
I don't need to know specifics.
I feel great about that.
Yeah.
Good. Next. Where else were you wrong? Here's the list.
Let me.
The podcast is actually canceled already because we've said so many wrong things.
I've been canceled. You're canceled.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it. That was the big one, I think. But if I'm wrong, let me know.
We'll correct it in the further
sound
episode.
off in the comments. Correct the corrections. Correction corner. I think we should jump into one of your stories, though.
Okay, let's do it. I'm
ready
also
for a yarn.
thinking while you are looking along this little listy list, maybe list 3 that you are not going to ask about today, and then we can see. You guys can vote in the comments what you want to hear us talk about in the next one.
Okay.
No pressure. No pressure.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you're still deciding.
Well, so the next thing I was going to say is I have 3 options, I think, of stories from your days as a server that I think would be fun for people to vote on.
Okay.
So we're going to go well, okay, when you dated your boss, was it when you were working as a server?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the time you dated your boss, the time you served Owen Wilson, the time you saved/served the day at brunch.
Oh my god, yeah. They're all good.
Yeah.
Some more interesting than others. Yeah.
Those are the 3 I want to put to the
audience,
listeners, to the audience. Throw us a vote, and then we'll...
Do you want to hear about the time I dated my boss, the time I served Owen Wilson, or the time that I saved the day at brunch?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the one that I want to hear about,
right meow
in this particular podisode.
Podisode.
Hold for laughter.
Pause for applause.
I want to hear the time Benny Boo Boo became our self-appointed dad.
Great story.
Tell us about it.
Okay, so when this is also a traveling in South America, 18 years old. Story.
Wow. She's having fun.
She's making choices.
She's with having a nice time.
My best friend,
Lurleen.
Lurleen and
Person Lurleen.
Classic. We're traveling around. We're both 18, living our best lives in South America, and we had run into this one guy. We ran into a lot of people at hostels, but one of them was named Ben. Okay. And Ben was a very intense Israeli man.
Okay.
For context, I think it's important to note for now and for future of these stories, the relationship with Israel right now is very complex. We were 18, and these individual Israeli people were not necessarily representing anything that we didn't agree at the time, but we also didn't know a lot at the time. So not excusing any behavior, but there was a lot of Israeli travelers in South America because it was very common that after mandatory, service, yes, they would go traveling. So then they would be like 22, 23 and have like already done like a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So it was we ran into a lot of like Israelis traveling. That in itself was fine as individual people. Again, not condoning anything, but as individual people, whatever.
Yeah.
So Ben was an Israeli man who was very intense. Might have been, the history, but then also I think he felt he was like very mature for his age. Keeping in mind that we are lying about our age at this point. So
right, how old are we telling people we are?
I think we were telling people we were 20, turning 21.
Okay.
Like that year. Like I turned 21 while traveling.
Right.
But I actually turned 19.
Because you were like, how fun is it to have a birthday? Well, why not?
Well, I actually did have my birthday, but I turned 19, but no one needed to know. But we'd already created this lie. And
so now you were 21.
So now I had to turn 21. Yeah. Anyway, so we're traveling. We run into him in one of the places in Brazil, in, I believe it was, I don't remember exactly where, in one of the hostels. And we're saying, oh, we're going to this place. It's called Florianopolis. It's beautiful. It's very like beachy surfer town.
Okay, cute.
Sakia. And we had talked to Ben and a couple people that he was traveling with before.
Benny Boo Boo?
Not yet.
Okay.
Ben.
Okay.
Ben.
We're calling him Ben.
He's Ben.
And he's serious.
And he's serious and suave. And he thinks he's cool. Which, to be fair, he was.
Yeah.
And but then...
And so we're using his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think people can track him.
The anonymity is so high here.
I don't, because I don't even know.
Some random
I don't
Israeli man named Ben.
I have no idea how I would even find him.
Literally.
Like, there's no connecting pieces there.
The Prime Minister of Israel.
And so he is now the Prime.
He has aged a lot in the last 10
years.
Yes,
it was rough.
Yeah, a lot of genocide will take it out of you.
Take it out of you. Okay, so we are arriving. We take like a train or a bus. I don't remember. We get to Florianopolis and we arrive there. We're trying to decide where to go, and it's very like just like common knowledge that once you get there that folks will like rent you homes, like just like an Airbnb type situation, but you stay as long as you need and you just pay a certain amount and you get like your own individual little like room.
Okay.
And, not even a room, it's like a little apartment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So cool. So we
like private bathroom and stuff?
Like a whole individual apartment.
Yeah.
Lock door, everything.
Oh my God. Great.
Yeah. So we run into Ben.
Yeah.
There. And we're like, oh, hey. And he's like, hey, are you looking to get an apartment kind of thing? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, it's quite a bit cheaper if you get like one with more people. Are you interested in like, getting one together?
Wait, have you heard of roommates?
This is this new thing I've just come up with. It's giving roommates.
So we would be people who would live together and share the rent.
And so the money that you pay
so then that
is
would be
less
cheaper.
The more, and so we're
splitting
exactly, which is hilarious because there was already two of us, so we already would have had like a better deal. But he was basically like telling us, here's this hot take. It'll be easier for me.
Rent
yes,
to you?
and like a deal for him. So we're like, sure.
He's a swindler.
He's a little swindler. So we're like, sure, yeah, Ben, like, well, sure,
nice,
we can,
fine.
You're harmless, whatever. So we get a place. It's like very cute. It's a 2-bedroom, and it's so cute because there's like the main room or the 1 bedroom, and then like one with like 2 little single beds. And so Laureline and I are like, okay, well, sorry, what was it?
Lurleen?
Oh my God. So Lurleen and I are like, great, we'll stay in the whatever. Which adds to this layer of like, he's the dad because we're sleeping in single beds in a shared room.
Yeah, that's very cute.
Whatever. Yeah. And so he is like a very odd...
Just 2 sisters with a single dad.
Exactly. A single dad who works 2 jobs. Loves his 2 daughters. Anyway, so...
Yeah, okay.
He's just like an intense guy, and we're like, oh, we're gonna go to the beach today because again, there's basically just a beach town, so pretty much all you can do is like
what you do is go to the beach,
eat and beach.
Yeah, your job is beach.
My job was beach.
Yeah.
And
as it should be.
And so we're like, oh, we're gonna go to the beach. Do you want to come? He came the first day, and then the next day we're like, oh, we're gonna probably go back to the beach again, maybe go surfing, and he's like, I'm gonna go fishing. He has no fishing equipment, and he just like finds a lure, or maybe I don't know, or buys a lure, and is just like at the end of the dock. But it's like a very, like there's boats and stuff. It's not like a common fishing area. He's just sort of like at the end of
like cast fishing.
No,
in this area.
No, and so then he's just
people aren't just like down at the pier.
Yes, so he spent a lot of time just by himself doing things like that, and we were like, this is giving very old man. Which again, he was like maybe 22, 23.
Yeah.
And he kind of like, we would talk about things and he would be very like, well, you guys are so young. You're only 20. Which.
One.
Hilarious. Well, we hadn't turned 21 yet. We turned 21 while living with Benny Boo.
Yes.
Okay. So we're like, yeah, totally. We're so much younger than you. Also so much younger than he'd realize.
Yeah.
And he's like, at 20, I wouldn't this, blah, blah, whatever. And he's anyway.
Yeah.
One time Lurleen and I got like a frozen cocktail, like margarita mix or something. I think it was a daiquiri because it was quite pink.
Okay. Yeah.
And so there's a blender in the home. And
Delish.
Like, great. So we are making this like blender and making this blended drink. It's going, and then the base of the blender just turns like like electric fire blue and starts like smoking.
What?
And we're both like, oh my god, oh no.
Like, was there like, it was like zappies?
Yeah, zappies coming
Oh my
out.
God.
Yeah. And like, and we're kind of like, how do we, like, we don't want to touch it to turn it off. And
unplug it.
we were too young to know that. Ben comes barging out of his room.
Because he just hears you screaming.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And he unplugs it, and then he takes
Thank you, Benny.
He takes the top of the drink part off, and then he takes the base and puts it up really high where we can't reach it and goes, "You're not allowed to use this anymore." And then walks away. And we were both like, wait, what? Like,
set those boundaries.
Yes. And it was like, so, like we were like kids being scolded. We're like, thanks, man. Thanks, Benny. Sorry,
Thank
Benny.
you. Sorry.
So then we start kind of like,
we know you have to sleep for your graveyard shift.
I know, exactly. You got a whole day of processing
put in the work at the factory.
And also like, you're not allowed to use this. We were like, okay.
Well, I don't think anyone can now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we weren't going to. It's broken. It was on fire, Ben.
We're gonna get another one.
Keep up. Our drinks are
Ben.
done. It's like sticky everywhere because it's gone over. And again, it's also an alcoholic drink, so the hilarity of him being like, "You guys can't have it," and us being like,
Okay, well, our drinks are blended, so
we're fine. So yeah, there was a lot of like things like that where he would kind of just come and like sort of like state a boundary as if he was our dad, and we were kind of like, okay,
yeah.
And at one point,
both of you not having fathers,
we're
like, okay,
no, Lurleen has a lovely father.
Oh, okay.
A very present
Okay.
and lovely father.
Okay.
Who would never yell.
So that's why she was like,
okay. Yeah, we were like, okay, man. And then we start like, giving him a hard time because again, we're also like fun roommates and we're like teasing him and stuff and being silly because it's fun. And so of course we start being like, Benny, boo boo. Of
course you have to.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
Classic, right?
Also I feel like the timing of this is much closer to when that film was released.
Yeah. So we would like, Benny boo boo, Benny boo 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 boo,
Benny boo 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 boo.
And he's just like, I regret this. And then we at one
Rent
point,
is really good though.
Yes, exactly. They just learned about Rent. I can't pull the rug out from under them now. They just figured this out. I want them to be financially sound in their futures.
Just trying to set them up for success. Working on their RES.
Yes. He's the factory money's going right into the art.
He has to go with that.
Exactly. So Ben is also around when we go like out dancing and we like
okay, so he's also a fun party guy.
Yes, he has fun when he's not annoyed at us.
Yeah.
And
he's still choosing to hang around, even though he's like
and like annoyed. We were like, okay, this is a loving, joking, silly relationship.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I truly don't know. Like I was convinced for a very long time, like he like loved us, but was like, oh, these guys. And then I was like, maybe he didn't.
Maybe he actually was
having
annoying. A bad time.
I don't know. Either way,
none of your business.
That's none of my business now. He also like would like taught me how to use the certain whatever on my camera and was like look, and like he's a nice guy. And so we like
just really trying to
out.
be your dad brother.
Exactly. Yeah. We went grocery shopping together one day, and again we're just like getting stuff, and we're in like a random Brazilian grocery store. So it's a lot of like foods that we don't necessarily like recognize, but are getting like veggies and whatever. And we just happened to see like some chips.
I heard they have a lot of grocery stores there.
They have grocery stores. They actually have like a very good grocery store system.
I've heard they have a lot, and they're like a Brazilian of them.
I was like, where are you going with this? I should have known it was to a pun.
It's all roads lead to a pun. I'm so sorry for derailing.
Honestly, anyway, that was worth it. This is the type of derailment we need to have. This is important work.
We're just doing the work out
So
here.
we're at the one of the many Brazilian grocery stores.
Yeah.
And there's like Lay's chips. Like, and we hadn't seen chips that we recognized. And so we were like, oh, yum. Like, look, there's a couple like chip options. So we're like, okay, yeah, maybe we get some chips. And we're standing there looking, and Ben comes up from behind us and goes, all right, we can get 1 bag of chips. And we're like, again, you're not our dad. We're all paying. We're like, we're paying equally. What do you mean? We can get okay. And there's like a barbecue flavor, a plain, and a sour cream and onion. And he goes, we can't get barbecue. I don't like barbecue. We're like, okay. And then he goes, and sour cream and onion, then it's on your breath forever. We're like,
okay.
So I guess we're getting the plain. He's like, great idea.
Oh my god.
When did we get into this weird dynamic?
When did he become your guys' controlling girlfriend?
Yes, like straight up. Like, are you telling us what we can and can't eat? Yeah. Even though we're all paying equally. It was so random.
Whoa.
Yeah. And in such a...
He's like, I don't want those chips.
1 bag of chips. We can get 1 bag of chips.
Collectively, the home can have 1 bag.
Exactly. I'm like,
we have storage for more.
Yeah.
We might eat more.
Well, now I want to. Now I want to get all of them, Ben.
Yeah, now I want to
Benny, boo, boo, boo. You know what? You're not my real dad. But instead, we were kind of like, okay. We'll get the 1 bag.
He's been like clipping coupons.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to save for your college tuition if you get more than 1 bag of chips.
I have a budget.
Yeah. So here, gets even wilder with Ben. So a lot of things happen in that area. We end up having to move apartments because I had a stalker. That's another story.
I saw that one on the...
That's another story.
Okay, well,
we'll get to that another time.
Yeah.
So we have to move apartments, and we're like Ben, we have to move apartments. We're like moving, and he's like, yeah, I'll come with you. So again,
we didn't think you liked us that much.
Yeah. So again, he keeps choosing to. So we go to like another apartment.
Yeah, he definitely must have.
Yeah.
Had an affinity for you.
Yeah. And so this is why we were like, well, he likes us enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He could have gone anywhere else at this point. It's been a while. Yeah. And so then we we make the move to the other place. This place is now was better on rent. So Ben was stoked, but it was all 1 big room. So it was like bunk beds and a big bed.
Oh my god, like a studio?
Yes.
For the 3 of you?
Yes, and like the kitchen and everything. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ben did not stay that much longer.
Yeah. He was like, the only thing that was keeping my sanity was having a private room.
I think realistically, he was just like ready to move on. He had plans to he had to make his flight or his next plans or whatever.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm going to go on this day anyway. We were like, that's fine. We're like staying another 2 days. We can cover the rent of the other 2 days. But yeah, and then he left very early in the morning, and so we had our little we had a final dinner. We said our goodbyes, and then in the morning we kind of
what did you guys have for dinner?
Bye, Benny. 1 bag of chips.
1 bag of plain Lay's chips.
We shared it. I was allowed 3 chips. Lurleen was allowed 4. Ben had the rest of it. I don't think he ate any of the chips, actually.
All of that, and he didn't even have
I think he had maybe 1.
Benny, Ben.
Yeah. He did also make me something for my birthday, like a little I don't remember what it was. But yeah, so he was again giving clues that he enjoyed our company.
Yeah.
And then when we had a little okay, goodbye. And then he left early in the morning, and we half woke up bye, man.
Okay, bye.
And then he was gone from our lives forever.
And that was it? That's the last you ever heard?
That's the last I saw my dad.
Oh my god.
I saw my dad, Benny, boo, 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 boo.
That's how you met, and then the last time you saw your dad.
What are the chances? Yeah, all because of rent.
And sorry, did you say where you had met him?
It wasn't Rio, but it was another city. It was another city in a hostel.
Yeah.
And the part that I maybe didn't include was that when we did meet him, it was he had just come in. We were staying in a hostel. We were laying in a hammock, chatting, whatever, having drinks with somebody else. And he sat and chatted with us. And then later kind of tried to hey, do you want to hang out later? And I was like, no, I'm going to bed. And he's like, oh, okay. So I do think at one point he maybe was trying to see if he could get something going. And I was like, I'm
I'm just
going
here to
to
hang out with
bed.
Lurleen and like
Yeah.
have a good time.
And then when we saw each other, I think he was like, I have to make it very clear that I'm not interested, so I have to become your father.
I don't know how else to make it clear to you that I'm not interested. He just thinks you're following him around.
He was
like, I gotta let her
"Oh
down
my
easy."
God. Oh my God. As we're like, chatting on the bus or whatever, and he comes up like, hey, we should all live together. You're obsessed with me.
It'll be really good for my ego.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad that nothing did happen with Benny Boo Boo, because we had a great time, and then we had good adventures. We had some weird nights, but again, those are on the list. We'll get to them eventually.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I feel like that is a situation that like very easily could have set you up for like being murdered.
Like by Ben?
Yeah, well, yeah, like you don't know. Maybe I'm watching too much true crime, but like,
I mean,
men are just out here committing violence.
Facts. I also, like, we were in South America, so like, with the most respect, we were doing a lot of things that were very high risk.
Some risk-taking behavior.
Yeah, because we were 18
and pretending to be 20.
The ripe old age of 20. And I think there was a certain level of just like, not really, the prefrontal cortex is not developed. We didn't really but there was there's a lot of crime because there needed to be crime because the systems weren't set up for folks. So like there is a lot of petty crime. There is a lot of violence because oppression.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Tell me about the grocery stores.
They're great.
What do you mean they have a great system?
Oh, so this is the dietitian in me. So Brazil, it was like the first country to have like a really strong food guide that is not like super influenced by like industry and stuff. Yeah, and then the grocery stores themselves are actually like regular, just regular grocery stores. They do have this really cool concept though. Again, it's just basically like a pay by weight type thing, but it's called a per kilo because you pay per kilo. And so they
per
kilo. And so it's so good, and they have like the best food. And so yeah, oftentimes Lurleen and I would wake up like, probably hungover from our high sugar based, drinking from the night before, frozen cocktails. Yes, and we would be like, we should roll over like per kilo. And we were just like, and the per kilo was like maybe 5 minutes from where we were staying, so we would just roll in, and you get in, because a lot of the stuff is like good. Like they always have some sort of like beans and rice combo, which is like high nutrient dense, not too heavy. They always had a cool meat that Lurleen could try.
Yeah, well, and this is what I was wondering.
Salads.
It's like they're selling you like ready to eat food, not like this isn't like a grocery store.
This is more like a buffet. Almost like it's giving almost cafeteria vibes, where you like go to the end of the line
and you pay.
They wait at the end, you give the money, you sit outside, sit wherever you want. Per kilo. At the per kilo.
Wow, it
was so good. And again, we were like broke kids, just like pinching pennies, baby.
Yeah. You want to spend as many of those dollars on dacqueries as possible.
No, we bought the cheapest liquor, which is why we were always hungover. It's like, because there was like a big bottle of, I think it was called Mariposa or something, and it was,
that sounds familiar.
I want to say like $3 for like a 2-6. It was and it was so sweet, and I don't know what kind of alcohol it was, like some sort of
like a liqueur.
No, more like a rum adjacent, like it was like a dark liquor, so it wasn't a clear. Anyway, but again, we were 18, so we just like bounced back, whatever. Fine. If I like walked by that today, I'd be like,
just looking at it, smelling it, no, can't do that, won't be doing that.
But we did want to spend our money on staying in South America as long as possible, and so the less money you spend on food, the more food you get at one moment.
Better. How long were you there total?
Just over like 3.5 months total.
Nice.
Not in Florianopolis, not in that,
but in abroad.
Abroad.
Yeah, you are.
What'd you call me?
A whore. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's when
Wow.
Benny Boo Boo became our dad without us asking.
Yeah, he really did just insert himself there,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, he super did.
Yeah.
Super did.
And
I think he was like,
Ow.
super dad.
Oh
I think
my
he was
God.
convinced that we were not going to make it.
Yeah.
To be fair, we did make some choices that, you know, objectively, you're like, yeah. But again, he was in his early 20s. It's not like he was making great choices either.
He's seen combat.
Yeah, he was like, I'm much more mature. And I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, but you're also still a kid.
Yeah.
You're also
exactly,
still figuring
exactly.
your stuff out.
You're also just fishing at the end of the pier.
You're also got your loose. And then I was like, I think he tied it to like a loose branch.
Oh my God. He's like survival fishing?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Also, I was like, we kept joking, like, are you going to catch dinner? And he's like, oh, we'll see. I'm like, bruh.
Like, genuinely, you think you might?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
what?
And if you do, I don't think I want to eat that weird, like, dock fish.
Yeah, you probably don't want to eat like whatever random fish. Like, you don't know what kind of fish it is.
And it's just
you
like,
don't know what the fish has been eating. It's just like
yeah.
in the beach.
In
like,
the pier, like
yeah,
no. I was
yeah.
like, okay, he didn't catch anything. Shocking.
I am shocked.
So
wow. Wow. Well, you know,
that's Benny Boo Boo.
You should have a father who can at least fish for you.
Yeah, even if
I'm
he
always saying that.
makes his own lures.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he brought his own lure.
Oh my God.
Or maybe purchased it.
Yeah, well, and then I was like, surely like this is a touristy place, like they probably have availability for you to like rent fishing gear if that's like something tourists are doing.
They aren't.
Exactly.
That's
so
the
like
thing.
maybe just like think about that for a second, Benny.
Yeah. Like this what they had, because it was a like surfing town, this tiny little surf town, right?
Yeah.
And like you had to go into a bigger town if you wanted to go to like a club or a restaurant.
How
Not a
far
restaurant,
away
a
were you
club.
from like a bigger
I want to say like 30 to 45 minute in transit.
Is transit okay?
Well, no.
No.
That's a different story. That's a
Yeah.
different story. When we tried to go and ended up going to some random pizza guy's house. It's fine. That's on the story ladder.
That's really funny.
Because the bus never came. But Ben was there, which is probably why he was like, these two make poor choices.
Yeah, they're never going to make it on their own.
They're not.
And then he was like,
joke's on you.
I have to go back to Israel for respite.
The calm. Yeah. That's it. That's all. That's the end of the story.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. So I'll never meet your father, I guess.
Not Benny Boo Boo, but he's not my real dad. I told him that all the time, especially when we were fighting and I slammed the door.
Yeah. Did you get into like real fights?
No.
No.
We got into a lot of him being like, what are you doing? This is a bad idea. Yeah, but never, because like, again, we would have been like, stop.
Yeah.
We're weirdly playing, like we're going along with this, but like it's weird.
Yeah.
If you're just kind of letting you. Yeah. We're letting you think that, but if you do something weird, we're gonna say something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Okay. There you go.
Well,
so if anyone's looking for a dad,
yep.
He's probably
if you're out there in the world, Benny, boo, 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 boo. Thank you for raising this gem of a person. So good.
Thanks for getting me from 20 to 21.
Yeah, that was a really
big year.
Really formative year
for rent and chips.
The chips that
understanding blenders.
Yes. Well, no, just having the wherewithal to respond appropriately when one starts exploding.
Which again, like, that's not my phone. It sounds like a bad blender.
Yeah.
We didn't wire
you couldn't
the
have
blender.
Possibly overloaded it or anything.
You can overload a blender? It was a frozen drink.
Yeah, frozen's probably even the worst thing because you're just throwing blocks of ice in there and you're
it
like
wasn't real
spin.
Frozen. We were in Brazil. It was hot as hell. It wasn't frozen. It was like a slush at best. All right, you're right. Choices.
Also, probably the hot as hell doesn't help with the hot as hell in the side of the.
Okay, you're not my real dad.
So,
Ben is.
Benny Benny, Benny, boo, 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 boo.
Okay, that's my story. Now you tell me, what are you hyper focusing on today, or just this week in general?
Well, so I thought of this earlier.
I love a pre-laugh. No.
And I think it's something that we've already talked about because I've been talking about it with everybody all week. And it is the fact that astronauts cannot burp in the space station. I learned this on the radio. I was driving and I heard them talking about the Artemis space shuttle, and the moon whole landing thing, whatever, that whole schmozzle, the whole moon thing. And like, I've been kind of like following it a bit, like whatever, and like watching some of like Hank Green's been like very into it and like doing a lot of videos on it, and so like I was hearing them just like talk about Artemis, so that like perked my ears up a little bit, and then I was like, why are they talking about burp? Okay, no, they're talking about burping. And he was like, yeah, they actually like have figured out that like you need the gravity to pull down all of the stuff in your stomach and then let the air rise so that you can burp. So on Earth, the only reason that we can burp successfully ever is because of gravity. So next time you have a killer burp, thank gravity.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
So I do remember talking about this.
Yes.
And what I brought up was, I know multiple people who can't burp.
Right.
And part of it is because one of them is because their fundus, the top part of their stomach is like tilted enough that it's like higher than like the exit, and the air gets stuck and it doesn't like go back up. It gets stuck in there, so it's just really uncomfortable
like
for them.
A pee trap on a sink drain.
What makes you think I would know anything about what the fuck you're talking about?
Plumbing.
A pee. What is a pee trap?
So in plumbing, in like if your sink, it's where it just, I don't know why it's called pee, but it's there's just like the little loop under your sink, and that's where like it holds water there so that gases can't exchange, but it doesn't push water down. Like that water just sits there until you pour more water in, then it spills over, but it maintains that level of fluid in there so that there's never any exchange of gases.
Oh, so the concern would be like that gas would be like coming up in your sink and stuff?
Yeah, from like, because like you don't want like sewage lines and stuff. Like,
it's called a what? A pee what?
Pee trap. Like the letter P.
But it's shaped like a J.
Yeah, some people call them S traps. I think is maybe like also. No, I'm not fact checking any of this. But there's different types of like traps for under like sinks and for plumbing and stuff. Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that if somebody doesn't have a pee trap in their body, they can't. The air
no, it's created a pee trap because you want the air to be able to move.
Oh, I see.
In a body, so that's not what you want in a body. You don't want
a pee trap. And that's what they have.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I gotcha.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. And so then
we're just trying to reach all our audiences here. Got to get our construction bros.
There's so many who are like 2 gay women.
Sign me up.
That's what I want to hear more about. We probably have so many shared experiences. Not assuming that the plumbing bros don't know a lot of gay women, but
yeah, I don't know that for certain either. But
I'm not a plumbist.
I'm also not a plumbist.
Yeah.
So anyway, on the space station, then they just fart more because they have to get the gas out somewhere.
That makes sense because it's just going through the system.
Yeah.
And because like peristalsis, like stuff is still moving in your body, it's just not releasing any air.
Yes. Ugh. Yeah. So the peristalsis is still moving things, and so like it still pushes stuff out of their stomach,
including air.
Will just have air in their stomach. And then if they try to burp though, it just also brings up whatever else is floating in the air in their stomach because there's no gravity.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
It's really gross.
So
yeah, the guy on the radio was like, yeah, if you have to burp on the space station, make sure you cover your mouth.
ew.
Ew.
I don't think that's gonna be an issue for me.
That is not gonna, I don't think that's gonna come up.
Well, it will. That's the whole point.
And then it
It's
has
gonna
not
come up.
It has not stopped coming up for me.
You're like, this is disgusting. I will be sharing it with everybody.
I've been thinking about it all week.
That is a really fun fact. That is a
Yeah.
very interesting fact.
Yeah, well, and then I was like really curious, and maybe if there are other body systems that require gravity to operate, like more efficiently. I mean, I do imagine like digestion as a whole,
Yeah.
like probably operates better when it's under gravity, because of like the air,
Yeah.
of it all.
Yeah.
Because then, you have the gravity pulling things as well.
Well, yeah,
instead of
just
the
basic.
peristalsis doing
Yeah,
it.
well, exactly. Like when you're swallowing.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
peristalsis, but obviously, have you ever tried to eat something upside down? Like your peristalsis is kind of fighting it,
Yeah,
right? But that's because gravity's pulling it the other way. So lack of gravity, you'd probably be fine.
Yeah, well, and then I was wondering, like, because like if there's a change in like your balance with like your inner ears, because like maybe the fluid
Definitely
feels different, right? Yeah, and so then how do you stop yourself from not barfing if your inner ears all like while you're in the space station? I mean, I guess this is why they train for years and years and put them through like millions of tests.
Yeah.
So,
or why you only go up for like 2 minutes and then kiss the ground when you come back down.
Yeah. Or you get stuck in the ISS. Thank you for your service.
Yikes.
Because there's a pandemic on the ground. Whoops.
Oh my god. Our bad.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
At least you won't get COVID.
What a horrifying reality. Yeah. That was like, okay, this is also horrifying that the cruise ships and like how horrific they were during the COVID. And then it's happening
and now
again
we're talking
with
about
the
hantavirus.
Yeah. And the like,
it's different. Trapped. It's different. The feeling, I'm sure, that the people who are on the cruise ships during COVID and the people who are on the cruise ships with the hantavirus are feeling now, that I'm sure that's very similar.
Yeah.
The threat to the larger population is not the same.
Yeah.
Don't freak people out.
No.
We don't need to cause pandemonium.
I think I was already on the fence about the idea of a cruise ship, like being trapped. And I understand they're massive. Yeah. And so it's not like you're not feeling trapped.
Yeah. Part of me does romanticize.
But I think
a bit, but
after COVID and this, people just dying en masse,
just being trapped in close quarters.
I was like, that no.
Like you have no other option. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I'm good.
And then the other part that's like really scary is this ship trying to land anywhere and getting turned away at like port after port after port because people are like, oh, that sounds like a lot of your problem.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. God, dark.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Anywho. Breeze right past that. Move on by. All right, before we go.
Yeah.
What have you learned today?
I have learned that no, you cannot be tamed by a father. No man is powerful enough to be your father.
Take that, Ben.
Take that, Benny, Ben.
Boo boo.
Benny, boo.
Take that. You cannot be. I cannot be tamed.
That's a Miley Cyrus song, Demi Lovato song. Doesn't matter. Can't be tamed.
I didn't know that.
Miley Cyrus, maybe. Anyway, excuse me, I burped.
You wouldn't be able to do that on the space station.
Excuse me. Oh,
stop it!
Sorry, cut that or not, or don't if it's funny. Yeah, wouldn't be able to burp on the space station. I've been learning that over and over and over again in my head because it's my special fact for the week.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I just never really thought about burping in space, and so that is new. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, well, and I think that's maybe why it stuck with me so much too, is because I hadn't thought of it, and then I heard it on the radio, and I was like, "Hey, I hadn't thought of that," and then I was like, "Interesting. I wonder if other people haven't thought of this."
I think another thing that I have learned is that your hyperfocuses are not related. Like there's no through line. It is up, down.
I know. Yeah, when people talk about their hyperfocuses and they're like, "Oh yeah, I just like hyperfocused on this thing for like a year." Like, "Oh, nice." I get to hyperfocus on one thing for about 10 minutes a day, and then I move on to the next one.
But they're also not like related.
No.
It's there's like got like a woodworking and a plumbing and a space fact, but then also a bird fact.
It's a bit of a Trivial Pursuit situation.
Yes, like you're getting all of the pies.
Literature, we've got geography,
you got to go all the way through
science. Yeah.
Just looping the pies before you come back around. Oh, good.
What did you learn this week?
That's what I learned. Those are the things I learned.
Oh.
I learned that you don't listen to me. No, I learned about burping, and I learned that your special interests are
just a real doozy. It's an adventure.
Just a smattering of everything.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Okay, great. Well, this has been really fun.
Good.
And we'll do another one soon. And then we'll talk to you guys. If
what do you want to hear about? The time I dated my boss, the time I served Owen Wilson, or the time that I served the day at brunch?
Sound off
in the comments, folks.
Okay, great.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.